Prime Performance, brought to you by Whole Foods Market, your go-to for all things holiday. The Los Angeles Lakers are favorites to repeat as NBA champs. Time for the moment of truth. Before we get to that, though, well, you know what? Let's get right there. Nick, I'm going to start with you. Who wins the finals?
Well, listen, spoiler alert, America, everyone's going to pick the Lakers, and you know why? Because everyone should pick the Lakers. They have the greatest player ever. They have another top 4 player in the league, and they're super deep, and they're going to win the title. The most intrigue is going to be, who are they playing in those finals? Because, as we learned in I get my years confused, 2019, that's right. Listen, an injury or two, and you can have massive finals upsets. And nobody hopes injuries, nobody wishes injuries, but the reason you don't ever just punt on a season is you don't know how the bracket's going to fall. You don't know who's going to tweak an ankle, who could miss time. So I think we're going to get a Lakers-Sixers NBA Finals. And my rationale for that, Broussard, is the following. I think that the Sixers, as presently constituted, massively upgraded at coach, at least for the regular season. We'll see for the postseason. And I know that sounds disrespectful to Brett Brown. I guess it kind of is, but that's how I feel. I think their roster is far better as far as fitting, and I think they're going to get the best version of Tobias Harris, a guy they signed to a couple $100 million, who is now reunited with the coach where he had his biggest professional success. I think Embiid is going to get back on the trajectory he was on 2 years ago when he averaged 28 and 14 and being a fringe MVP candidate. And the other reason I like the Sixers, Broussard, is because if it doesn't work, their escape hatch is acquiring James Harden. Like, their plan B is acquire a top 6 player in the league. So I think it will work. But if it doesn't, they still have a great path to the finals. So for that reason, Lakers, Sixers, old school center matchup in the finals. Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, by the way, is my NBA Finals pick, with the Lakers, of course, winning.
I like a lot of what you said. I have to admit it. I've got the Lakers winning the championship as well. And I do like Philadelphia. I think Doc is a big improvement. I think he'll have Embiid on the box more. Believe it or not, they were like 24th or something like that in the league last year in shots at the rim, which is kind of ridiculous when you got a guy like Joel Embiid. They got more shooting around him. And I like Ben Simmons. I know I said Kyrie Irving should be ahead of him, and he should, but I do like Ben Simmons. But it remains to be seen if in today's NBA you can have a primary ball handler who not only can't shoot, but won't shoot. And then your plan B with James Harden, I agree. I love that. I would do it now if I'm Philadelphia. However, bringing in Harden at the trade deadline, there's a lot of adjustment there. So will they be ready to get to the finals right when they get James Harden? I'm not sure about that. I'm going with Brooklyn. I think Kevin Durant is going to be just what he was when he left. I think Kyrie Irving is unstoppable. Now, my only question with the Nets is Kyrie's mentality. Will he rub teammates the wrong way? Will his, I'll just say different type of behavior get on guys' nerves? If not, if they don't have those types of issues, then Brooklyn is going to be very, very good. I think Steve Nash with Mike D'Antoni next to him, they will be good on the bench. Jared Allen, Joe Harris, you got some great role players, Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert. This team is deep. They can score on anybody. I think Brooklyn's going to win the East, so I got the Lakers over the Nets in the finals.
Here's my concern with Brooklyn, Broussard. I think they're going to have the #1 offense in basketball. And the only team that I think maybe could be close is Dallas. But I think Brooklyn is going to be, and there are going to be nights they score 140 points and it looks easy. I think Joe Harris is going to become a household name. They still have depth. They have so many scorers. And even though I said what I said about Kyrie, he obviously is a transcendent offensive talent. They don't have to be, if they're the #1 offense, they don't have to be a great defense. But Broussard, why aren't they going to be a bottom 5 defense? Why aren't they going to be a horrendous defense, which while in the regular season won't kill them, in the playoffs you cannot win with a bottom 5 defense? That would be my concern with Brooklyn. I don't see any super plus defenders aside from maybe Jarrett Allen on the entire roster.
You got 2 rim protectors in Allen and DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant is a good defender. And when the stakes raise, when we're playing for a championship, not just to squeak into the playoffs as the 7th or 8th seed, you can put it on guys that we've got to defend. Now, the question is, Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, we know won't emphasize defense. But Steve Nash has got to be smart enough to emphasize defense. And he wasn't a great individual defender, but a very good team defender. And that's what he can emphasize to some of those guys that aren't great individual defenders.
You know what I'm thinking? No one's talking about the Bucks. Old reigning 2-time MVP just sitting over there. Old Drew Holiday. No one's taking the Bucks. So I'll take the Bucks. And Nick, here's what I wonder. We talked about it all last year. 30 minutes in the regular season. Uh-oh, come playoff time. What am I going to do now? Take the training wheels off? Nope. 30 minutes in the playoffs. I wonder if Giannis is like, look, guys, I know you're treating me with kid gloves. I'm the franchise. Let me play. Let me play. Let me get up to 35 minutes, 36 minutes. Let me really push. And I know the analytics said we had the best point differential historically because we sort of managed my minutes. Let me turn me loose. I want to play. And if Coach Bud is not receptive to that because it's an ask, but it's a demand from their franchise player.
So I think that's smart, and I think they should do that. And I love Giannis. I have 2 concerns about the Bucks. One is, I know who their best 5 are. I don't know that they have any depth at all, and in the playoffs, that doesn't matter that much unless someone tweaks an ankle, unless someone goes out, and all of a sudden, you're playing a guy like playoff minutes, and you can't do that.
Dante.
And my other question, Broussard, with the Bucks is, did Giannis get better? Because if Giannis didn't get better, they can't win 4 playoff rounds. I love him. I think one day he'll get better. But did he get better, Broussard? If not, they can't win 4 rounds in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think he'll improve his post-game, his mid-range jump shot, three-point shot, but they got to get much better for them to win. And remember, he still doesn't have that second star. Even LeBron has always needed a second star. Giannis is the same way.
Everybody's sleeping on the Celtics.
Shots on the way out the door.
Everybody's sleeping on the Boston Celtics. I will quietly sit on that corner, see what my guy Danny Ainge could possibly have done in the offseason.
Brooklyn.
Undisputed starts right now. Broussard, thank you.